I'm so excited for this class. I am Allison Van Horn. I am one of the members of the Gather and Dwell team. We all have a great community. Anyways, Tracy and Ashley and Rachel are all off on that beautiful leadership retreat in Utah. And all I know is that I am watching and following their journey, and it seems so fun. And I can't wait to hear everything that they bring back. But they won't be joining us today. They'll be watching the recording. But anyways, I'm really glad that you are here. Chelsea and I are gonna help lead this call, but we actually want to hear from you guys at the end too, because we know that many of you feel a lot of information regarding this topic, as well as you are also using these two products in our challenge that we're having. So without further ado, we are gonna get started. I just want to kind of touch base on a couple things regarding inflammation. The two products that we're going to talk about are NingXia Red and the Golden Turmeric Powder. They are great products that we're using in our challenge that we started yesterday. But they're also really good for combating and helping with the inflammation response in your own body. If you don't know, inflammation, and we talked about this in a call that we had last week. If you are new to our community and just joining in and just kind of curious, we have calls every Tuesday and they're on different topics. They're a little bit of different types, but last week was underground, where we kind of chat all the things that we can't necessarily say online about those topics. But we dove real deep into inflammation. But just to give you kind of a brief version, since this is only going to be 30 minutes, and we're going to do really well sticking to that. Inflammation kind of is important to the body, and I think inflammation gets a bad name. But inflammation is the body's natural response to protect itself against harm. So this could be in a couple senses. It could be with just a cut. It could be with a bang to the knee, but it also could be more traumatic, like an injury, a fall, breaking a hip, those sort of injuries that I see in my job as a physical therapist. But also they can be more on a systemic case, which they can be like a flu or pneumonia or anything like that is also an inflammatory response in your body. A couple other things that I think come to mind, and I think we hear them a lot, would be arthritis. Arthritis injuries, they're all inflammatory based. Gout, fibromyalgia, osteoarthritis, low back pain, and neck pain can all be kind of caused by inflammation in your body. What happens in inflammation is that the immune system dispatches, puts out a bunch of white blood cells to protect the body against that harm, that trauma. And what they do is kind of like recreate the system. They restore, they regenerate, they do their job. And when they do it correctly, it's a good thing. So inflammation is actually helpful in our body at some times. More than likely, when we need to kind of target it and more of a systemic supplement basis is when it kind of does a little bit more harm than good. That is when in an autoimmune do it. I'm trying to mute everybody.
Hello, Pastor CJ.
Hi, Mary Lou.
Okay, there we go. Anyways, what I was saying was more in that chronic stage is when the inflammatory response comes a little bit more harmful than good and creates havoc in your system. It can be just that it hasn't been able to restore because it doesn't have the tools needed. It could be that your body tricks your body's white blood cells trick your body into attacking your tissues and therefore creates havoc in your system. It could be a bunch of things. I won't go too much into detail with that. But that's kind of the things that can cause. In the inflammation, so some of the other things I want to talk about is what you can see in inflammation. So if you're not sure if you have inflammation or not, there are tests that you can get, but you also can kind of look at your body. Swelling, joint swelling, redness are all big indicators that there's inflammation in your body somewhere. If it's localized to that joint, you can pretty much pinpoint, but if you're feeling it all over, it's probably more of some sort of systemic situation. Things that you can do to help combat that is food, diet. And I know we all, if you are new to this group, Tracy Black has a great testimony, and I'm sure a lot of other people on this call do as well, regarding how they have used these products and changed their diet and all the other things I'm going to talk about to help combat their difficulties with this area. But that's number one. So you can do diet, and it's like the big ones are dairy, it can be gluten, it could be honestly like pasta sauce. It's all sorts of situations in that. So I encourage you to kind of Google yourself to figure that out, or we can chat more later. Exercise, which is a big one for me. As a physical therapist, I love helping people move their body. You don't want to move it too much because you can throw in an inflammatory response as well, but you want to get it moving to get the blood flow pumping, to get all that good stuff moving and grooving so you can decrease that inflammation. The things that we're going to talk about in this particular call are supplements. There is a wider range. We could go on and on forever and ever. We're not going to do that, but we really want to target these two products that do amazing things for your body. And you guys are all going to see it after this 21-day challenge. Anyways, so we're going to talk about those. So number one, if you want one thing to kind of combat your body and feeling better and kind of getting that kind of good baseline, it's NingXia Red. If you change one thing, you're going to want to add that NingXia Red into your system. And then golden turmeric is just another one that we're going to talk about. But I'm going to pass it off to Christina, who's going to chat all about the awesomeness of NingXia Red. And then Chelsea is going to talk about the other product, and then we'll go from there. All right, thanks.
Hey guys. Okay, I am so excited. I'm Christina Taff. If I don't know you, I mean, I've been off and on some of these calls and taught a little bit, but I am a mom of 4. I live in Texas, and I homeschool all of them. Well, the 3 older ones that are old enough. And I previously worked as a nurse, and now I am retired and I stay home with my kids and do young living. And when Allison asked me to teach about NingXia Red tonight, I was like, yes, please, because I have some crazy cool stories with it. And it's one of those things that I've said for a very long time that if I could only get one product from Young Living, it would be NingXia Red. Like, if that's the only thing I could get, because what I love about it is it's got everything. Like, it's got the wolfberries in there. We'll talk about how the benefits of that, and it also has essential oils in it. So like, I'm getting the benefits of my oils and NingXia and the wolfberry all in one. And if there's only one thing I could get, it would be that. So about 5 years ago, I was pregnant with my 3rd kiddo, and I have had gestational diabetes with all of my kids. And the first 2 I had to be on medications with, and I had to have it balanced like that with diet and medication. And then with the last 2, I did not. And I think the biggest difference there was I had NingXia Red and a healthy diet and lifestyle. And the coolest thing, there was this time where I was running low on NingXia Red. Like, I was balancing my blood sugars well with diet and NingXia. And as soon as I ran out of NingXia Red, the next day, my blood sugars were getting higher. And I was like, no, I don't want to have to go on medicine. I don't want to tell my doctor. She'll make me take insulin and all the things, right? And I overnighted in NingXia Red because I was like, I was out. Nowhere in town could I find some. I had some overnighted to me. And 2 days later, I had my NingXia Red again, and my blood sugars went back to normal range. And so I was just astonished, because obviously I believed in it, but I just didn't realize that make that much of a difference. And I'm not telling you this to say, go buy NingXia Red and stop taking your insulin or stop, taking your medications. Not saying that at all. But what I'm saying is that, and coupled with a very healthy lifestyle and good exercise and lots of water and everything, NingXia Red is just like very, very good. You know what? I didn't open the chat box. Here we go. Okay. So we're going to talk a little bit just about the benefits, why you would want to drink it, what is in it, why is it so good. So here we go. First of all, some reasons why is it's really a well-balanced whole body nutrient. So like literally used it as like a prenatal to me. I didn't even take a prenatal vitamin. I took NingXia and I took other supplements from what I felt like I needed more help with, because I just was so confident in that level of nutrition in NingXia Red. Okay. It's really good for energy support. It's my favorite to let go pop. Just a shot of it like at 2 or 3 in the afternoon when I'm kind of feeling tired, sluggish. Go pop one of those, like just a couple of ounces. It's so good. So it's great for energy. When you take it in the morning, it helps kind of keep you sustained energy all day long. It's also really, really good for cellular function. So is this oily underground? No? Okay. So I'm going to have to just tell you to look up. Basically, it's just really good to help keep your cells nice and healthy. Okay. So just if you are wanting to keep your cells healthy, no weirdness going on there, drink lots of NingXia Red. Okay. So with that being said,
Because I think it's just members.
do
But
it.
I said, I vote you share your story anyway, because I think we're just members, but I don't know.
Well, I don't really have a story. Oh no, so Bridget's shaking her head no. I don't really have a story, a testimonial for that part. But I will just say it's very high in antioxidants. Okay. So we all know what that is. We have oxidative stress. We have lots of stuff going on. We're exposed to so many things. Like we're exposed to environmental toxins, we're exposed to chemicals all day long. We can do our best to get out what we can in our homes and with our cleaners and with, I don't know, unplugging your Wi-Fi at night, all the things, right? Like getting rid of the toxic cleaners, the toxic laundry detergents, all the things. So the NingXia Red is going to really help get us back from that oxidative stress back down. So it's a very high in antioxidants. It supports overall good health and wellness. It supports eye health. I have heard so many cool stories about people who are taking NingXia Red and their eyesight gets better. And at the very least, take it to help keep your eyesight from getting worse. So it's all the nutrients in that. We actually have a product called Illuminize. So it's for eye health, and it has the NingXia Wolfberry mixed in with that. Okay, so it's really good. I love that you can have like the little packets on the go, or you can have the big bottles you keep in your fridge so you can make drinks with it. So NingXia Red, the wolfberry, is really high on the Orac scale. And the Orac scale is basically like this scale that tells you the oxygen radical absorbance capacity. Really, that's just a fancy word for how good is it going to be to help keep your cells healthy, and how high in antioxidants is it, essentially is what it is. But if you're wanting to dig deeper into the science of that, you can go look up the Orac scale, ORAC. Well, you would have to eat 2 entire baskets of organic blueberries and half a pound of raisins daily to get the same amount that's in 1 ounce of NingXia Red. So wolfberries are one of the best known superfoods on the planet. So you might be familiar with goji berries. They're pretty much the same thing. You find goji berries in India and you find wolfberry in China. So that's kind of the difference. There's really not a whole lot as far as like their makeup and stuff like that. But not all wolfberries are created equal, though. The best source comes from the Ningxia province of China, and they are the highest in antioxidants. You can get wolfberries other places, but Gary Young, our founder and late CEO, you just have to hear some stories. The stories he went on to find these things, and he found the best source that he could find from the Ningxia province of China. So that is why it's called NingXia Red. And the locals there, it's kind of a cool story. The locals there live to like 110 and 120. So I'm like, sign me up for that. They all live with like healthy, active mind, active mind and body. And so I'm like, all right, whatever it is they're drinking, I'll take, right? I'm there for it. Sign me up. So back to the Orac scale of things, the wolfberry is 25,000 on the Orac scale. And just for a comparison of what other things are, blueberries are 2,400. Okay. Garlic is 1,900, cranberries 1,700, strawberries 1,500, spinach 1,200, beets, which are really good for you, 850, oranges 750, and just all the way down the list, cucumber 60. So like they're very high on this scale, right? Okay, so they're considered a top superfood for a reason. They help you detox, right? So in this day and age, when we're exposed to so many things and we daily are needing to help clean out our cells, I definitely make this a priority for me and my kids and my husband. So I will put NingXia Red, I'll mix that with like some elderberry syrup, and I'll put it in with some minerals, and I'll give that to my kids every day as like a quick little shot of nutrients. I'll even put it in my 1-year-old sippy cup, and I'll just dilute it with some water, and it's like his little juice he carries around. It's so delicious. So why I drink it daily. I'm going to go through this list really fast, and then I'll give you some tips on how we do that. It provides antioxidants, combats premature aging, increases energy, maintains a healthy blood sugar. I already told you my story on that. Help protects your cells and your DNA. It helps keep a healthy weight. I remember there was a girl that was on our team or is on our team, and we all started taking NingXia Red around the same time. And I hadn't seen her, life gets busy. I hadn't seen her in probably 6 months, but she lives in town. She stopped by my house 6 months after we'd all been taking NingXia Red. And I was like, what did you do? Because she had lost so much weight. She had lost like, I don't know, probably 25 pounds. And she was like, all I did was I think it's the NingXia Red. She's like, I haven't changed my diet. I think it's the NingXia Red. So helps promote a healthy weight, supports vision, supports your immune system, supports healthy fertility, healthy cholesterol, healthy kidneys. It optimizes your cardiovascular system, supports healthy digestion. Whenever I was pregnant with one of my kids, I don't know, I have 4 of them. So at one point I was pregnant and I had the most terrible indigestion, and it was just kind of coming up, burning right there. And you know how when you're pregnant, your digestion's just different. And I remember I was out of town. We were at a family reunion at a hotel. And so I went and grabbed one of my NingXia Red packets and just drank that. And like that, I felt so much better. It kind of settled everything. So it was really good. So some tips. What I like to do with my NingXia Red is I'll drink it in the morning. So you know how like at night when we sleep, that's our time that our body like resets, it detoxes. So we are exposed to so much throughout the day. That's why I mentioned earlier, like unplug your Wi-Fi and like get your phone out of your room and run your diffuser and sleep in that, because that is the best time for you to like detox, right? Everything. And that is the time that our body resets and heals, right? But when you wake up in the morning, you want to flush all those toxins out. So before you go grab your cup of coffee, I know that's hard, but grab some water and put like 2 or 3 ounces of NingXia Red in it, and maybe a drop or 2 of lemon. Now we can look at Allison. She's got her NingXia Red going. Right now, since we're doing our challenge, go ahead and add your golden turmeric, but that is going to be like a really good like detox, clean out your cells kind of drink. So I do that every morning. I've done that for years now. It's like I crave it first thing when I wake up in the morning. So NingXia Red is really alkaline and high in fiber. So it helps get all those things flushed out of your system. High in fiber, right? Helps get flushed out of your system. And NingXia Red also contains some of our citrus oils, our vitality oils. So it helps your body absorb the wolfberry puree even more. So the fact that there's oils in it help your body to absorb the benefits, absorb the nutrition. We call it making it more bioavailable. It's kind of like a hot word right now in the supplement world, but what that means is it just makes it easier for you to be able to absorb the nutrients. Let's see. does anybody have any questions? I kind of haven't been paying attention. I'm done with my spill here. So if anybody has any questions on NingXia, or are we moving on and take questions later? What do you want to do, Allison?
We have
Sounds-
9 minutes, so I'm gonna go
Yes.
with
Perfect.
but I absolutely am obsessed with things you read, and I loved your lesson, and I feel like it's a good reminder that we need to go over this stuff more, because I take it every day too, and my whole family does. But I'm like sitting here proud of us when I'm like, oh yeah, we're getting all that. Anyway, so I'm going to move on to the golden turmeric, which was new, released at convention this year. So
You muted yourself, my friend.
have I been talking to myself this whole time?
Not the whole time. Just you said
Okay.
golden turmeric and then you stopped. And then
Perfect.
you muted it.
So I might repeat. I don't know. I don't remember what I said. So this came out at convention this year, and I was in Orlando with a bunch of girls that are on this. And it was the best time ever. And we were really excited, and we were lucky because Tracy was able to have some. So we got to try it before everybody. And we made these yogurt smoothies, and we made all sorts of stuff. And I know I went black. My phone's dying. It's fine. And it was delicious. So I love that it tastes good, because I've actually had trouble taking turmeric from other brands in the past. And I actually couldn't take supplements before Young Living. I've been with Young Living 7 years in March, and I had tried to order supplements before, and it always made me sick. They were really heavy on my stomach, and I actually ended up talking to my doctor about it later. And once I found ones that worked, and I asked why good quality ones work. And she said a couple different reasons. One is bioavailability, which Christina touched on. If your body is, if it is intended, if these supplements are easy for your body to break down and really easy to get into your system, they're gentle on your stomach. And that's really, really key to me. Because I'm not going to be able to be in a routine with anything if I'm nauseous every single time I take it, or things like that. So Christina did talk about bioavailability, but I want to tell you really quick what it actually is, in case you're new and don't know. So bioavailability is the proportion of a substance that enters the circulation when it's introduced to the body, so it is able to have an effect. If your supplements do not truly have bioavailability, they are not able to work. Your stomach acids are going to eat at them. They're not going to dissolve all of the way. They're not going to have time to get it into your system. So not just with golden turmeric or NingXia, but one of the reasons, and I know I'm getting a little off topic and I'm going to try to rush through the other stuff, but I think this is important. You'll notice that Young Living comes out with new products in short spurts. We'll get a handful of new things throughout the year. And part of the reason is the quality has to be bomb. And I would rather get 3 new supplements a year instead of 10 that I knew were going to be bioavailable, that I knew were really going to be helpful to me. So, it has great bioavailability, 24 times the bioavailability than store-bought turmeric, 24 times. Okay. This is not 24 times more expensive. You don't have to take 24 times as much, but it is 24 times more bioavailable for your body. I think that's the right way to say it. Oh no, my thing went away. Okay, good. The other thing that I love about this is it tastes delicious. Every time I smell it, I kind of sneeze. You can see. So I did it again. I used most of this one. It's a really very, very, very fine powder so that it blends in your drinks well. Some people like to use a frother. I personally start with a room temperature liquid. And I mean, I guess I'm just crazy with my hand. I don't have trouble with clumps. Some people do. I think it depends on the temperature of your water, but it works really, really well. And it is dissolvable. It's a mango flavor. I'm so thankful for this because my kids want it and love it. I can put it in their yogurt. I can hide it in all the time. For those of you who do not know, my daughter has epilepsy and has a ton of joint pain and muscle pain. And this has been a game changer. This is why this one's empty and we have more. So generic turmeric, this is a special kind of turmeric. The generic turmeric, our body absorbs the same amount of turmeric from just 300 milligrams of golden turmeric as it does from 1,926 milligrams of standard turmeric. Okay. So again, I talked about how the bioavailability is 24 times. Well, the turmeric, 300, you'd have to take 1,926 milligrams of the store-bought kind. So, I mean, that says a lot. This also is, the spice is extracted from South India, and it's formulated in France. That is the extract powder that we use. It is water dispersible, which means the body absorbs quickly, and there's really great benefits for that. Let's see. So I'm going to talked about that gut. This also helps your gut. I did mention that it's really great for joints. It's great for inflammation. We went through all of that, but it's also really good for your gut. And as we talked about, your body doesn't have to fight it. It absorbs it. So that's going to be really helpful. A lot of people use this for inflammation or immune response, not only for their joints, but also for their guts. If you're feeling bloated, if you're noticing that you're having issues with your stomach, take this with your probiotic or along with your probiotic. I love that it's yummy, like I said, because I can sneak it in for the whole family. We do also take NingXia every day. Even my baby who just turned 1 takes an ounce in a bottle with water every day, and it's the only thing he drinks besides milk. So I am comfortable giving this to my children, my older children who are 8 and 10. I don't know the actual numbers on how old that is. Allison, you might know on how old you're supposed to be, but the key ingredients in this are turmeric, which has naturally occurring things to help wellness, boswellia resin extract, commonly known as Indian frankincense resin. It has a long history, thousands of years of Indian herbal medicine, you guys. So having this in such an easy, fine powder in something that tastes good is why Young Living only comes out with a couple products at a time, because quality. Ginger root, ginger's the world-renowned spice for all sorts of things, got all sorts of things, inflammation. It's just Google it, look it up with, NIH all over. It's amazing. Tapioca fiber is a prebiotic that supports healthy digestion. A lot of us are taking probiotics, which is great. Some of us are taking Mighty Pro, which is the kids pre and probiotic because it's convenient and it has the prebiotic in it. I take Life 9 and was able to stop taking Mighty Pro as well, because even though it's delicious and sometimes I still take it, because this includes my prebiotic. Prebiotics do a different thing than probiotics. It's a different kind of bacteria. It's a different kind of support for your stomach, and it's going to help you break down and really, really, really absorb the nutrients in your food much better. So having this all included, mixed in, is really, really valuable, I believe. It also has lime vitality. It's one of the reasons why this kind of tastes so fresh along with the mango. So I know I'm running short on time, so I am going to talk really quick about how we use it. It's suggested to do half a teaspoon when you get it. Does it still come with a little wooden spoon? I ordered like a million at a time, so I can't remember if it still comes with that. When it first came out, we stocked up because I was so worried it was gonna, like, something was gonna happen. So the little wooden spoon, which I think is totally adorable. It tells you the right measurement. So that's nice. And 6 to 8 ounces of water, juice, milk, whatever you want. I like to put it, we've been sharing all these recipes for you guys to enjoy, and we're going to continue doing that through the challenge. I would save them. Maybe if you're a brand partner and you have curious members, save them to your phone, save them to a file. And then when a member's like, hey, what's the deal with this? You can send that to them, and they'll have a month's worth of recipes and never get bored. But so there's lots of really fun ways to do it, but plain and simple, Joe adds it to water every day. And I add it to my kids' yogurt every day, and I stir it into my NingXia. So we do it differently, but it's really easy. If you drink it at nighttime, it is helpful for your wind down routine. If you find yourself, my husband and I both take it during the day. We kind of just find that it calms us down, not majorly, but it does. What else? Oh, and then, so people make teas with it. I will say, I do think a little bit does go a long way. You don't need more than the half the teaspoon. So, it is going to last. I and we're doing this challenge, so I don't really have to push it, but I do recommend, this is one, take it for 30 days and see how you feel at the end. I notice when I don't take it. And one of the things that you'll hear as you get used to supplements is sometimes you don't really notice small gradual changes. Slowly your knees feeling a little bit better. Slowly it's a little better, a little better, a little better, a little better. But you notice when you stop taking it, because then all of a sudden it hurts again, or whatever, small hormonal change, small gut changes, small, you're going to the bathroom more frequently, or not like bad frequently, like more regularly. Your cycle's a little more regular, little positive changes you don't always notice. With a good supplement, when you're continuous, you'll notice when you stop taking it. And I really think this is one of those things. Give it 30 days and you'll slowly feel the difference. And if you run out, you will absolutely notice. So that is my time. Sorry, I went over 2 minutes. I think Jen will be okay with that.
Oh, it's totally fine. It was great information. So helpful. I don't know how much time we have for questions. I know that we kind of went through a couple products and some background information. I hope it was helpful. Does anybody have a quick question, or just put it in the chat and we can kind of address it into it? But otherwise, we'll kind of move on to the next part in a little bit. But overall, I'm so happy that you guys were able to make this. If you are new and you aren't a current customer or brand partner with Young Living, make sure, and you want these products, make sure that you get with the person that invited you here. They can definitely help you get these products and see what they can do for you. Plus, we would love to have you in our amazing community. We have tons of these calls. We have tons of fun, and convention is coming and it's back to in person. So there's tons of opportunities to get together. But for that, we thank you. That part ends kind of the education part, but I would love it if you stick around, because the next part is going to be so amazing. I know that I am looking forward to this. I'm going to kind of hand it off to Jen Gaskell, who is a platinum leader. She runs her social media game is on point. I learned so much from her when we get together at convention and retreats that I've been with her. You guys are going to love her. She's so fun and real, and she's a blast. So here you go, my friend.